Okay, so here I am. Once again, this is for the 1960D.
Once again, this is for the 1960D. Once again, this is for the 1960D. Once again, this is for the 1960D.
Okay, did that wake you up? Sorry about that. I didn't realize I had YouTube open in a different screen. Hello, Les. Yeah, I know that was hard. That was difficult. That was a rough one. Sorry about that, folks. Maybe I should check my windows next time, make sure I don't have YouTube open in the background. All right, so this is for the 1960D roll. This is oh, hey, I messed up. Hang on just a second. Change the settings in my title here. There we go. 1960D bankroll. This is reveal number 7. And I am ready to go. I'm just going to see if I can wait for a few other people to show up. We got Bill in here. We got Robert, Jeremy Johnson, Penny Parent, Les Wiley, David Carlisle. I'm glad those of you just joining didn't have to live through the little echo issue that I just had. Lots of feedback going on. Benjamin Marler. Okay, so here's the issue that I've got. I have a roll here that presumably has 50 coins in it. Now, that's not the problem. The problem is not that I have 50 flips ready and lined out for you. The problem is I have 51 names here. I have 51 slots that have been sold, unfortunately. So, here's how I'm going to handle this. These slots were under $1 a piece. Everyone got these. Each of these coins that were purchased for under $1 a piece. I am going to take the first person to volunteer to drop one of their spots and give them a $2 credit toward another roll reveal. Anybody wants to drop one of theirs from this roll? Okay, Levels of Madness. Thank you very much. I will take one of yours out right here. And now I should have 50 spots. And no bag. Hang on just a moment. Now, if you hear anything in the background, that's my dog chewing on his bone because he just decided to get very cantankerous right before I came online. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 33, 35, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49. How did I do that? All right, we'll see if it comes out even. If it comes out even, then we'll be okay. Because I may have just miscounted them. But if I'm not right, Levels of Madness will get the end roll coin, which will be an extra added benefit. So let's get started. You guys, some of you might have just watched. When we get finished with this, make sure you go back to the channel and take a look. There is a video of a brand new series I'm getting ready to start. As soon as I can get another camera set up. That's called Coin Roll Digging. The Coin Roll Dig. Copper Coins Roll Dig. What that's going to be is a show where basically I just decide to go through a roll and talk about what I'm looking at, talk about what I'm looking for. Hi, Tyler. Missed the bus. Ugh. Hate it when I miss the bus. Alright. But I talk about what I'm looking through as I'm looking through the roll. And I'm trying to keep these things stacked nice and neatly so I don't, like, rip the whole roll apart. I've been very lucky with this so far. There we go. Got the wrapper out of the way. Got 50 coins here. Got freshly washed hands. And I'm ready to go. No idea what's in this roll except that it was a nice shotgun roll from no place. Abbott Coin Counter, Greenwich, Connecticut. Greenwich. It would be pronounced Greenwich, Connecticut. Alright, let's take a look. Coin number 1. Draw a name. Will belong to Bill Betts. Bill Betts gets coin number 1. There's a nice end toner. Got end toners on both ends. This is a beautiful end toner here. This thing's got all kinds of color. Let's see what we end up with here. Look at all that color. Really nice looking coin. Oh, and a nice double mint mark there too. That's a nice repunch mint mark. Penny Parrot. Don't know what this one is yet. I'm falling a little bit behind on my post roll hunt publication of information. I planned on doing it after every single roll, and it's just proving to be very difficult to get it done. Let's see if I can twirl this around to where we can actually see the doubling in the light. There we go. Upside down it must be. So it's upside down. I don't think this is 19. 19 would have doubling to the north. Penny Parent says 149. She's probably right. But we'll find out later. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, in the last, well, not the last one, but the 1964 D that I did as a replacement to the 1964 plane. Oh, I didn't check the reverse on this coin. But I can tell you that the reverses are generally pretty clean. Oh, let's zoom that back out. Reverses are generally pretty clean on the 1960D. When I went through that 64D roll, I announced during the roll hunt that there were a few nice ones in there. What I did not realize at the time was that there were a total of 23 repunch mint marks in that roll. Of the 23, 15 were one die, 2 another die, 2 another die, and the remainder belonged to yet another die. Art Ring gets the second coin. Art Ring, this one's for you. Let's see. What do we have? There's a minor split lower and upper serif going on there. I don't know exactly what that is, but I know it's a lower and upper serif. Now see, folks, this is just proof to you people that I am not searching these rolls ahead of time. I just pulled out a roll and used it as the item for this particular roll hunt. And it had a repunch mint mark right on the end of the roll. And as evidenced by the fact that it had toning on it, it obviously had been on the end of that roll like that for a long time. Hello, Victoria. Alright, roll number 2, coin number 2 out of the way. Belongs to Mr. Ring. Coin number 3. Back into the bag we go. Todd Carmen. Todd Carmen gets number 3. What is number 3? I'm just as excited as you people are going through this roll because I have no idea what's in this thing. We could find major double die. We could find not much. There is a minor split lower serif going on there. Now, some of these really minor ones, I'm probably not going to end up listing. The really minor ones, I don't. But getting back to my story of the 64D RPMs I found in the 1964 DOBW roll reveal, there were two different brand new repunchment marks that have not even yet been listed, but they will be RPM 34 and 35 for 1964D once I get them listed. And there were two examples of each in the roll. And as an added bonus, when I listed them, one each of those dies, the coins, were used as the plate coin for the website. So, that person will get the plate coins. Can't remember exactly who it was. Next up, Mr. Marler. Mr. Marler gets the next coin. And this is it. Yep. That little minor split lower serif going on there. I think this is the same repunchment mark I've been looking at in other people, because because there's those two heavier die scratches coming off that lower corner of the D. I think I've been seeing those in some of these others. Let's flip it over and see what we can see on the other side. I am not even going to ask Penny Parent to give me an attribution on this one because, well, it's just going to be a little difficult to do. Alright, so coin number 4 for Benjamin Marler. There you go, sir. Coin number 5. Let's get a drawing going here. Drum roll. Art Ring. Mr. Ring, coin number 5 belongs to you. What do we have in here? Is it? I don't think so. Seen a whole lot of nothing, buddy. Now, for those just joining, this is an OBW roll reveal. OBW means original bank wrapped roll. OBW. An original bank wrapped roll is a roll that's been sealed since the year the coins were made. The paper usually has the name of a bank or a Fed Reserve bank in the system on it. No one's ever looked at the coins inside the roll, and we're doing it for the first time. Each of the coins in the roll belongs to someone who purchased the coin prior to this event. Coin number 6 belongs to Mr. Betts. And Mr. Betts gets a coin with a hair on it. Hang on just a second here. Let me wipe that hair off of there. There we go. Wipe that hair right out of my life. As I go through this roll, see there's a nice split lower serif right there. That's that same RPM because we got those little die scratches coming off the bottom corner of the D. We can look for that other one running from the bottom of the 9 to the top of the 1. That's a pretty decent die scratch. There's also a really heavy one. That could even be a crack. Going to bottom of the 6 to the bottom of the 0. But this is probably going to be a listed repunchment mark. And if it isn't already listed, we will get it listed. But I for some reason, I just remember these markers. I remember having seen them before for one reason or another. But Bill Betts gets a nice RPM. Where to know what the reverse on these looks like. Now, for everyone watching, you should know that I will be going through every coin in this roll again and attributing those that have die varieties on them before I send them to you. If they're new die varieties, I will list them, and whomever had the best coin out of the roll to take photos, I'll be taking photos of your coin, and you'll end up with a plate coin from Copper Coins if it's a new one. Mr. Adams, Mr. Adams ends up with, oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Exactly like that right there. I'm going to zoom in on that upper serif. Of course, I'm not centered on it, but look at there. Right there. See that? That's kind of cute. Repunchment mark. Let's see about the lower serif. It's split too. Gotta get these things at just the right angle in order to see this stuff. Because the lighting just doesn't play nice. Well, it is a nice split upper serif there. This is not the same die as the other ones I've been looking at because it doesn't have those die scratches. So this is a different die belonging to Mr. Adams. Let's look at the reverse and make sure there's nothing on the reverse on this. Ooh, very late die state. See how these flow lines run out to the rim and the outer edges of all the lettering? Kind of mushy, especially on that upper part of the design there. That's a very late die state coin. Struck by a die that had been worn almost to the point of retirement. Well, that's coin number 7, belongs to Mr. Adams. Coin number 8 will belong to Mr. Ring. Art Ring. Let's see what's on here. We have not come close to running out of dies, so there could still be something real nice in this. Is that? I have to look at this one up close. It looks like there could be some doubling inside the mint mark. Really hard to tell there. No, looks like it's a lamination fleck. A little piece of loose metal. Yep, I'm back out. Get us focused back in a long distance. Keep looking. I think this is a nothing. I'll have to take a look at it later. Sometimes these ones that I think are nothing are actually something. When I get them in better light, they're a lot easier to see. Wipe the hair off the coin. There for a minute I thought you were serious. I'm like, how did I wipe Lincoln's hair off? Is he bald now? Mr. Ring gets the next one. Art Ring. We have a lot of repeaters because I think we've only got about 6 people purchased in on this roll. It's too bad for the others because we're coming up with some pretty decent RPMs out of this. This appears to be another RPM. If I can ever get it turned around to the right point where I can see it. Maybe not. Looks like one at that angle. No, I'm not quite seeing anything. I'll keep moving around and see if I can see any doubling on it. There's no doubling. I generally look up here in the motto, and I'll look at the eye, the area right in front of the eyeball. I'll look at the LIB of Liberty, and of course I look at the date and mint mark. If there's nothing on any of that, I move on. And it appears as though we've got nothing on the reverse. Oh, we have a nothing coin. Wah, wah. Mr. Ring gets a nothing coin here. That's coin number 9. Coin number 10. Levels of Madness. First one I've drawn for you today. And here it is. What do we have? This appears to be another one of those split lower serifs with the 2 die scratches coming off the bottom of the D. Nope, maybe not. Nope, this isn't one of those. Not sure if this is anything or maybe it isn't anything. If it is anything, it's quite minor. I'll have to take a look at it later. Let's see what else we have here. I'm seeing nothing. Nothing. Now, if you're new to this show, you'll have to understand what I'm doing. This was an original bank wrapped roll with 1960D pennies. Here's the wrapper that these came out of. They were wrapped in 1960. No one's seen the contents of the roll since then. And I put up 50 spots, one for each coin. People purchased these spots for less than $1 to have a chance at owning what could possibly be a really nice coin. Mr. Wiles belongs to the next coin. Since none of us knew what was in the roll before it was opened, it's a complete crapshoot as to whether you're going to get anything, good or not. Your chances are pretty good at finding something decent in a 1960D roll, so I like doing them because, well, I tend to have a reasonable amount of success with them, and they draw a crowd. Not on this particular roll, Victoria. This one sold out. So David Wiles gets coin number 11. I don't generally allow people to buy in after I've already started on the roll. And the reason for that is because I don't want anyone to have an unfair advantage. You see that RPMs are already coming out of this roll. Well, I don't necessarily want you to be able to buy in at the same price other people did, with it being a complete mystery. Mr. Wiles belongs to this one as well. So, let's see what we got. Ooh, that's pretty. That's another one of those with that top serif doubled pretty strongly. I'll have to take a look around and see what I can find on this one. But you can definitely see that top serif is nicely doubled. Coin's actually in pretty good shape. These coins come out, some of them got a few spots on them here and there, but most of them come out relatively scratch-free. I do have 2 rolls that I believe I still have spots on. Look at that big bird's nest die crack or chip going on up there in column 12. I believe I've still got spots in both of them. I'll have to check, but I've got a 1949D roll coming up. It be there, see, tomorrow, I believe. And then this is coin number 12. Belongs to Mr. Wiles. Then after that, I have a 1958D roll scheduled. And I've got a couple of other rolls coming in that I will schedule as soon as they show up. Who belongs to coin number 13? Mr. Marler. Benjamin Marler. Coin number 13 is yours, sir. Let's get this under the scope and see what we've got. 13 coins in, and appears to be nothing. That's what it looks like. Appears to be nothing. There's a dent in the rim. That would detrimentally affect its ability to grade above a 64. No die variety, sir. Coin number 14 will belong to... Hello, Roadrunner. Bulldog. Bulldog USMC. Let's see what comes to you, Marine. Is this perhaps a lower split serif? Nope, not seeing it. Nope. No, sir, no, sir. So we're going to reverse and see what comes out of it. Now, what looks like could be doubling on the tops of the letters there is simply the lighting of the scope reflecting off of the inside of the rim onto the bevels on the letters. Those letters are not doubled, that's just light. It's a real fancy way of saying you got nothing at all, even though it looks like you could have something. Sorry about that, Bulldog. Got a normal coin out of that. Coin number 15 in this roll will belong to Mr. Carmen. Todd Carmen. Let's look at what's on this one. This one is the lower split serif. I can see the die scratches that are markers for that already. See if I can get the split to show up. There it is right there. See those little die scratches coming off the bottom left corner of the D, and then the other die scratch that goes from the bottom left corner of the D through the bottom of the 9 to the top of the 1. That's a marker for that. See if I can show the split serif real well. Not very well, but it is a nice RPM when you get up close and look at it up close. So that's Todd Carmen. You're going to get a number. Coin number 16 will belong to Todd Carmen. 2 in a row here. Let's see if we can make something of it. Yep, we do. Look at that. So double lower serif there. I don't know that I've seen this one yet today. This looks like could be. No, it's not 72. I don't know which one it is. But it looks interesting enough. What do you want, dog? What do you want? I have a live audience. You still got bone over there. Go chew on it. Oh, okay, whatever. Hush. Alright. Nice RPM, no other doubling on the coin on that side. Let's take a look at this side real quick. I'm looking at the initials. I'm looking at the outside edge of all the letters around the edge of the coin. I'm looking at the statue in the center just in case there could be some doubling there. Although there's never been any found. It doesn't mean it couldn't be found. That's coin number 16. Todd Carmen gets a nice RPM. I believe this is the first one of these I found in this roll. Next one will be Todd Carmen. 3rd coin in a roll there. Let's see what we can do now. Mr. Carmen picks up an RPM. This is one of the upper split serif RPMs. There's your doubling right there in the upper serif. This one's got a big crack on the head. This may be a different die. I don't know, all I see is a split on the top, just like with the other. That die crack I don't remember seeing before. Let's take a look at the other side. Sherman, go play in traffic. Very worn reverse. Well, worn die anyway. Oh, my camera decided to hiccup on you. Alright, Mr. Carmen's got coin number 17. Coin number 17 in the barrel. Coin number 18 will belong to... Where do we go with that? Here we go. Coin number 8, you pick it, Sherman. What name is that? Levels of Madness. That's right. You can read. Stomp once if you understand. You do. Levels of Madness. Hey, look at that. There's one of those. Now, see, that previous coin was not the same die as this one. This is that upper split serif. It's nice. I like it. I'll have to get some good photos of these RPMs. So I think there's at least 4 different ones that we've come across so far in this roll. At least 4. Nothing major, but they're all pretty nice. So Levels of Madness gets this one. Coin number 19 will belong to Todd Carmen. Todd, how many spots did you buy? Not seeing anything on this one. Nope, nothing there that I can see. Quick check of Liberty. The motto. See, there's a different die crack. This one runs more east and west, and there's another heavy one behind the ear. Give me a like, folks. I'm working for them. Working hard to earn everything I can. That's coin number 19. Belongs to Todd Carmen. Not Cod, but Todd. Or if you're from way up north, you'd say Tad. Bill Betts gets the next one. That's coin number 20. Here's Bill's coin. It's a nice split lower serif on this one. You can see it right there. Now what I mean by serif is the pretty little corners that they put on letters, like in Times New Roman or whatever. The serifs are the little things that are sticking out of the edge of the letter. It is not pronounced serif, and it is not pronounced serif. It is pronounced serif. You learn a lot about them when you do design work, when you're dealing with fonts and stuff like that. And you have fonts that are serif fonts and fonts that are sans serif fonts. Sans is French, meaning without. Robert Adams. Coin number 21, Blackjack 2, Robert Adams. What kind of luck do we have with it? Hey, Rich. Let's see. Oh, that is a nice split lower serif. So far, it appears that most of the coins out of this roll are RPMs, so we might come up with a record in this. I'm thinking right now we're on a pace of 30, maybe. Possibly even 35 coins in a 50 coin roll that are RPMs. Yeah, 0 double dies, but I kind of expected 0 double dies out of a 1960D roll. And there's coin number 21. Coin number 21 goes to Robert Adams. Now batting 22nd. In left field, we got Bulldog. Bulldog the Marine. Let's see what we got for you this time. Last time we had a nothing. There's a split upper serif for you right there. We'll have to figure out which RPM that is. There's a lot of them in this roll. Now, just because an RPM is common in a roll doesn't mean it's common. Just happens to mean out of that roll of 50 coins, there was a pretty heavy saturation of them in there. So it could possibly mean that there were a couple of presses broken that day or shut down, and they minted coins with fewer presses, giving you a lower chance of different dies. On the average, in an original bank wrapped roll. Benjamin Marler gets the next one. On the average in an original bank wrapped roll, you've got about 7 different die pairs. And that's generally what I see is about 7 die pairs per roll. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I've seen rolls with as few as 4 die pairs. Nothing less than that unless it was put together. It's a very interesting streak on this coin. It's got nothing else on it. Sorry, Benjamin. That's coin number 23. Belonging to Benjamin Marler. Next will be Art Ring. Good luck, Art. See what we got for you. It's one of our split lower serif RPMs. I think you already got one of those. See the 2 die scratches coming off the bottom of the D, and then the other die scratch from the bottom of the D through to the top of the 1. And there's your lower split serif. Penny Parrot will find this die. We know there's nothing on the reverse of these in this roll. Very unlikely you're going to get a roll of coins that's going to have 2 different reverse dies to an obverse. Unlikely. Coin number 25. Halfway through the roll. Belongs to Art Ring. Art Ring gets coin number 25. And it is another repunch mint mark. This is a different split lower serif. It doesn't have the same die scratches as the other. It is rather minor. It may not be listable. I don't know. I'll have to look at it closer with the other scope. Looking for any other doubling on the coin. Nothing as of yet. Poor Art has been absolutely pining to get a new die. We might just have one there. Next one's for Bill Betts. Coin number 26 goes to Bill Betts. What does Bill have? See, there's that die scratch, or die crack already running from the 6 to the 0, so I know I've got something. Then as I turn it around here, I can see my die scratch from the 1 all the way down to the D and the 2 below the D. And there you can see the doubling on the bottom of the mint mark pretty well. This isn't one of the minor doubled mint marks or repunch mint marks. This one's actually a pretty decent one. See, there you go. You see that whole level area that's doubled on the bottom of the D. Little tiny bit of doubling on the top serif. But pretty nice on the lower serif there. I don't know which die this is, but boy, there's enough of them in this roll. While I'm hunting, I'm only hunting for characteristics. I'm not hunting for die numbers. I'm looking through the roll and finding anything that matches up to characteristics that I'm generally looking for. I don't worry about what numbers I have. I don't worry about what's already been discovered. I don't worry about any of that. I'll go through any roll all the same as any other. Let's see what we got in coin number 27. Levels of Madness. We got 21 viewers and 15 likes, people. If you forgot to hit that like button, go ahead and hit it. And if you're not subscribed, it'd be a good idea to get subscribed so you get notifications of future runs of the OBW roll reveal. I see nothing, Dr. Jones. This roll, this coin appears to be normal. Move on to the reverse. Just looking real quickly at the outside edges of the lettering. Looking at the initials, give them a little special touch. And then look over in the center of the coin, make sure there's nothing weird going on in the center. Now I can pull it off. Normal coin for Levels of Madness here. Coin number 28 will belong to Dana. Miss Boyleave, here is your coin. This is a split lower serif RPM. This is the different one. This is the one that has the north and south die scratches running through the date. Does not have the connecting one from the bottom of the D to the top of the 1. So this is a different die indeed. But I have seen this die a number of times in this roll as well now. Hey, Cajun Coin Hunter. Nothing on the reverse except a late die state coin. So this is for Dana. Got yourself an RPM for under $1. Luck of the draw, that's how that works. Let's see who's next. Dig deep, Chuck, and grab the name Bulldog. Bulldog gets the next coin in the roll. Another nice lower repunchment mark. Lower serif right there. This is the exact same die as the previous coin in the roll. So we can call it at that. I'll take a look at the reverse real quickly. Yep, late die state just like the other. No small dates in this roll. Small dates and large dates were generally not run together. Although I can do a small date roll if people would want me to do one. But these are all large dates. Next one is Benjamin Marler. The large dates you're more likely to find a couple of decent double dies than you are with the small dates. There's a lot of repunchment marks on the large dates. This has a small split in the upper serif, I can see. Not much. This one may not be listable, but it does have a small split in the upper serif, so it is a genuine repunchment mark. Now for the ones I don't list, because I think they're too minor to have a market value, there's a number of them that John Wexler likes to be more complete in how he handles the listings. He may have listed it, but he's also got hundreds of listings for very minor repunchment marks that are very difficult to tell one from the next. And I prefer not to bog my life down with minutia. Let's figure out who belongs to coin number 31. And that would be Bill Betts. What do we have for Mr. Betts? We have what appears to be a completely normal coin. Normal obverse. Hello, Mr. Dowdle. And a late die state, nothing going on the reverse. Mr. Dowdle, we've been picking some nice repunchment marks out of this roll. Don't immediately recognize any of them, but that's because there's 175 different ones, and I don't know all of them. Not like Penny Parent does. Let's see who's next. Mr. Adams. And Mr. Adams will get nice repunch lower serif there. Not sure what die this is, but it is pretty cool nonetheless. You can see that repunch lower serif right there. Nope, not the right direction. Spin it the other way, Chuck. Here it is. You can see it there. And that's coin number 32 out of a roll, presumably, of 50 coins. Next coin belongs to Mr. Adams. Oh, nice one. That's got both serifs are split a little bit on that repunchment mark. Not sure whether I've run across this one before, but I'm going to assume I have. Now, those of you who are interested in knowing what I have found out of the rolls, I am going to be posting information on every roll that I find die varieties in, including photographs of one of the die varieties, so you can take a look at it and go back and watch the video and see for yourself what these die varieties look like as soon as they come up under an electronic scope. Benjamin Marler. I suppose I could do a small date roll reveal. That would be interesting enough. Mr. Marler gets, see that split upper serif right there? And a little minor split lower serif. Sitting in a cloud of haze from the counting machine. Sorry about that. It is an RPM nonetheless. This is a much cleaner, earlier die state coin. You can see how there's not really any fluff above the letters. This is what an early to mid die state coin looks like. These are the ones you're much more likely to be able to pick up minor doubling on, because by the time you get to later die state, the minor doubling tends to just disappear in the fuzz. This is what a nice earlier die state coin looks like. That was coin number 34 belonging to Benjamin Marler. Next coin, number 35, will be for Mr. Betts, Bill Betts. Oh, what do we have here? There's one of those nice split upper serif RPMs. You can see a pretty heavily split upper serif right there. Am I coming in loud and clear to everybody? You guys all hear me very well? I moved my microphone. I'm concerned that it's not working very well. So here's a late die state. Now you can see the difference. The early die state was nice and crisp, and the late die state is very fuzzy. So that's a little lesson on die state for you. All these ones with the really fuzzy outer edges of the letters toward the rim. That is the definition of a die that has been used to mint too many coins. It's, I'm going to say probably 60% or more of all the coins minted are late die state. And that's simply because late die state lasts a lot longer than the earlier die states. In fact, early die state, you're generally done with early die state by the time you've minted 1,000 coins. You're into the mid die state. The late to very late die state can cover 250,000 or more coins. There's David Wiles. Mr. Wiles, this one's for you. Nice shiny coin there. A couple of little spots. No doubling on the mint mark. No doubling in the motto. No doubling on the L. I is clean. Well, statistically speaking, you're not likely to run into 50 die varieties in a 50 coin roll. This is a statistic. It's one of the knots. Next up is coin number 37. Coin number 37 will belong to Mr. Adams. Robert Adams, this one's for you. I do believe we have a minor split lower serif going on here. Looks like a very minor little notch in the serif. Kind of hard to tell if this is going to be one of the ones that's listed, but I'm going to venture a guess and say no. No doubled I, no doubled L, no doubled motto. Anything doubled on the reverse? Check that, no. Check that, no. Check that, no. And check that, no. We have another statistic. One side of the statistics, you always have to have another side, right? Let's see what we can come up with here. Coin number 38 will belong to Miss Boyleave. See what happens. Poof! Right there. Statistics are over. There's a nice split lower serif going on right there. That's one of the ones with the die scratch coming north out of the 9, 6-0 the date. So this is not the one with the 2 die scratches headed south from the D. Do not believe this one will have any head cracks. It does not. So nice doubled mint mark there, repunch mint mark. I do have an EQ readout. I just want to make sure that I'm actually publishing noise and that everybody can hear that noise as clear words. I am happy that the sound is improved. I really want to produce the most professional output that I can produce with as much ease as possible so I can do more of them. Bulldog gets the next coin. That's number 39. Let's see what the Marine got. Whoa, brother. Look at there. Little minor split upper serif. You can see it right there. See the little black dot right up on the top of the D? Now if I rock it back around this way, you can actually see that little split right there on the top of the D. My readout is actually showing I'm pegging into the red quite a bit, which would generally make me sound very fuzzy. But as I'm noticing as I'm doing replays on these videos, I do not sound fuzzy when it pegs out at the red. So I'm just not going to worry about it. The ding is not your phone. The ding is actually mine. Mr. Wiles, next one's for you, buddy. There we go. Coin number 40 belongs to Mr. Wiles. Let's see what happens. I've got my Facebook on my phone, my messenger, and of course people are trying to contact me about one thing or another. There's a die I don't think I've seen. Look at that die scratch running right through the 1 on the date. I mean, it doesn't have a double die or a repunch mint mark on it, but it's an interesting die nonetheless. Let's see what happens. Fuzzy, what's fuzzy? My voice? I sure hope not. Alright, Mr. Wiles gets that coin number 40. Moving on to coin number 41. $41 will be our ring. And coin number 41 is Split lower serif. It's got the die scratches, I believe. Maybe not. No, I'm not seeing it. Fool's gold. Darn it. There's nothing there. You like those did you knows? Adjusting the mic. Adjusting the sound of the mic or the positioning of the mic? So I change levels? Because I've got it turned up almost all the way. But that was so people could actually hear me. See you later, Cajun. Position of the mic. I can't really do a whole lot with it, but I can bring it down. I can turn my head, make sure I'm looking into the mic when I'm talking. The reverse of that one has nothing on it. This one belongs to our ring. This is coin number 41. And coin number 42 belongs to... Sherman is really bored. Art Ring. Art Ring gets coin number 42, and coin number 42 is... What is this one? Is that little split lower serif? Nope, doesn't look like it. Looks like all of our statistics are hitting toward the end of the roll. Sherman, these are statistics, buddy. He can say it better than I can. The statistics show that you're not going to come out with die varieties all the time. See, now this appears to be something I've not seen before. It's a heavy die scratch from the 8 of the base. Still no doubling, though. And for those of you who were with me about a half hour ago, I did a new little show that I'm going to start doing called Copper Coins Roll Dig. Basically, I'm digging through this one's for Dana, digging through a roll just to see what I can find, just to see what's there. And what does Dana get? Wow, this one looks like a goose egg. Is that something on the right side of the D? Okay, well, now Chucky's going to have to get his loop out, or let's zoom in. Zoom cam. Ooh, that is something in the metal. That does look like it could be a repunchment mark. Interesting, could be. Alright, well, I'll have to take a look at this one a little bit later and see what I see. Once I get it under a stereoscope, it'll either be one or it won't. There won't be any question like there is here. Nothing on the reverse. No, I like being a roll digger. Get Dana's name in there. Coin number 44. Getting toward the end of the roll here. Bulldog. Ooh, got a little bit of a smash D going on. Good thing that's not a repunchment mark anyway. The D is a little damaged. The stereoscope that I have is generic. I've had it for about 15 years now. I bought it for, I don't know, $300 or $400 at one point in time, many years ago. Ooh, there's a little Looks like a little fleck of lamination going on there on the rim. The microscope that I'm using for this purpose is a Dynolite. It's one of the dual field, and it's got 4 different lights in it with the ability to change up. There's our ring. To change up where your lighting is coming from, only when you're not using it with OBS. Hey, well, I had to come back to Art Ring to get a good coin. Looks like it's a split lower serif. It's kind of hard to pull it out on the Dynolite here. Hello, Sin Delicious. Got nothing on that side. We found nothing on the reverses on these, and that was kind of expected. We have found a number of repunch mint marks. Was not necessarily expected, but also not a bad thing. All right, coin number 46. This one right here. We'll go to Dana. And coin number 46, we have found nothing. No repunch mint mark. He has a hair coming out of his mouth. It's got that die crack going straight across and the one down behind the ear. So it's a nice split skull, so you might want to call it, but it has no die variety on it. Difference between an error and a die variety. An error is a coin that was made by mistake the way it was made. A die variety is generally a die that was doubled by mistake the way it was made. The big difference being that errors are generally coin to coin, one coin at a time, or it's something that happens to a die that stays on the die after the point that it happens, but prior to the point that it happens, it was a very normal die, minting very normal coins. A die variety is on the die from the moment the die is hung to be used. Levels of Madness. And it repeats through every single coin that die mints. There's your difference between die variety and error. Brought to you by Copper Coins. I'm such a nerd. Nothing on that side. Nothing on that side. That's coin number 47, Levels of Madness. Coin number 48. Coin number 48 will belong to Art Ring. And here he is, coin number 48. No such luck this time around, buddy. Really minor split lower serif. I think this is that really minor one that I don't think we're going to be doing much with. Once again, I will go through every single coin in this roll under my more powerful stereo optic microscope, that which I've been using for decades and am very comfortable with, and a lot less comfortable with a digital scope simply because it just doesn't give me the lighting control that I like under my regular microscope. Alright, Art. We didn't get you anything this time, except another nice BU coin. That's number 48 for Art. Number 49. And I am correct that I did miscount as I was putting them in the bag. There's only one name left in the bag, so Levels of Madness will get the roll end coin. Dana. I'll have to recount what happened with regard to names, and I will discount somebody if they didn't get everything they ordered. Dana gets one of those minor split lower serifs. because when I counted on my sheet the number of spots, I had 51. For some reason, when I made out the slips, I only had 50. I'll get it figured out. All right, nothing on the reverse on that one. That's coin number 49. Now for coin number 50 and the final coin in the roll. Hang on just a second. Get Dana's name stuck in there, otherwise she won't get it. There we go. Coin number 50 is going to belong to Levels of Madness, and Levels of Madness because there was a deal to remove this name from the list, but it didn't need to be removed because we've got it here. Gets one of the nicest roll-in tone coins I've seen in a long time. Long time. I don't know if you can see the colors on this. Let me see if I can tilt this so that we can pull color out of it. There you go. Now, let me see if I can move it closer and get it focused. Oh, no focus there. We have focus there. Alright, let's put it under the scope, see what it is. I don't know what die variety it has, if it has one. And it does appear to be a split lower serif. Now these toned coins generally don't look real pretty under a microscope. They're a lot nicer to look at in a flip. But you can see that there's a lot of really nice color leaching out of the rims, around the rims of this coin. A lot of pretty color. It's a decent coin. It's got a few spots. It's basically what you'd expect out of an end roll coin that's been around for more than 50 years, almost 60 years. And that is coin number 50 and the end of this roll. Levels of Madness owns this one, and I do not believe I'm going to have to take any coins away from you. You get that one. And here we go. There's 50 coins, 50 owners, 50 flips, 50 names. Empty bag. My job is done. Mic drop. Hey, Todd, you are late. You showed up right at the end. But everyone who bought into this roll, I'm pretty sure, got at least one RPM out of this roll that'll be a listed die. I'll be taking photographs of these a little bit later on. I'll be going through them. I'll be going through the coins again to be sure of what is what. And I guess I'm done. Anybody have any questions? Any suggestions? I moved my microphone. My microphone is now on this side of me, which is my right side. It used to be over here on my left side. And I moved that so that I don't know how to pronounce that name. Die Brown Soda? I'm just going to call you a soda because that's the part I can read. Die Burn Soda. I can't show you how I do photos because all of my cameras are fixed in their locations and none of them show my microscope, which is over there. I mean, I can make an attempt to show you my microscope. My microscope's sitting right there. And I use that, and I've got a little barrel right up here that I use on the eyepiece of the microscope. And then I use either my cell phone or I use one of those little Coolpix cameras that you can see right there. Here's my coffee, my scissors, my glasses, my tape, my dog's ball that he was chewing up last night, so I took it away from him. I want him to have at least 10 minutes of good time out of the $5 balls I buy for him. But what I do is I use that little tube ring, and I fit the lens of my camera up over the tube ring, and it closes it up to the scope rather nicely. I turn the light on, put the coin underneath it, focus it, get a decent shot. Can I smile every now and then? No, my face is broken. I don't smile. I am a nice guy. I just don't smile. I don't know why. It's just the way I do things. Unless you tell a funny joke and I'll laugh. Reading through all the comments here. Headphones. Thinking about headphones. Yeah, better those balls. Thinking about headphones, and I have decided against it simply because it's a distraction, and I want to be able to see and do what I do with my, pretty much with my ears out in the raw. I don't enjoy wearing headphones. So I do what I do with my little slide tray door here, with my pads, my microscope, sliding around the rolls and around the coins. And I think headphones attached to something or even not attached to something would be nothing more than a distraction. Sindelicious, you can bid on the dog all you want. You can give me whatever bid you want to give me. But I can tell you, until you get to the mid like 9 figures, you're not getting. And even at that, I would have to have parental rights. Yeah, I get it. I might do that, but the thing is I'm not really sure I really want to buy good headphones just to adjust my sound. Let's see, what time am I going to start Friday? That's a good question. Let me see what I've got for Friday. Did I already put these on the web? I don't think I already put them on the website, so let me check my YouTube channel. You can check my YouTube channel and you can see the future videos, or the future lives, showing me that I'm live now. Let's see. I've got these set up. We're on number 7 now. Let's see, number 8 will be October 3rd, which is tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's the 1949 D roll. Want to do it before the Q&A comes up tomorrow evening. I don't know who's hosting the Q&A. If anyone knows who is hosting the Q&A, you can let me know. Stephen Elliott, DDO1. Generally large date rolls. A lot of times those are mistaken as large date coins and skipped over. Sindelicious answer to that is no. The answer to that is 1. How many other questions do you want really brief answers to? No, you can't have the dog. In 1965 is known for one doubled I. Doubled die. Try saying that 3 times real fast. Doubled I, doubled die. Doubled I, doubled die. Hello, Wild Bill. Okay, so the roll reveal number 8 will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. The roll reveal 9 will be Friday, the 4th of October at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. And you do not have to be present to win. There is no winning here. This is not a lottery. This is not a game. It's not a contest. The names I'm drawing are simply to make it fair when I pull each position out of the roll. I want to make sure that I'm being fair to everyone and giving everyone an equal chance at every one of the spots in the roll. Hey, Paula, I'm going to have to send you a schedule in Pacific time. Yes, the large over small is more common. Large over small. It's small over large, but it's more commonly found in large date rolls. Yes. That was my phone, by the way. The fa-ting. I'm in here working all day long and get a fa-ting, 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 fa-ting. My phone is ding, fa-ting, fa-ting. I look every 5 or 10 minutes, make sure there's not, like a big emergency or the city's burning down. We did have an interesting one here a couple of days ago. what was it, 3 or 4 of the most dangerous criminals in the United States who recently escaped from a prison in Ohio were found in Cary, North Carolina, about a 17-minute drive from my house. Interesting. What's even more interesting is that this fact was pointed out to me by a friend with whom I went to grade school and middle school who lives in Arizona. Sent me a message and said, well, you can't get away from the crime, can you? Website is fixed. It is back up. All you have to do to make sure that you get it is go to coppercoins.com, hold down your control key, and hit F5. That will do a force refresh. It's control and F5. That's a force refresh, and it will reload your cache with the website. And I'm going to it right now just to make absolutely certain that it will work. Yes, the website is up and operational. So that's a control and F5, or if you are a Macintosh user, it's command and F5. Any other questions before I take off and start looking through these and attributing them and figuring out what I've got? I am going to post the finds from the 1964 D roll that I ran. The 1964 plain roll had nothing in it. The 1968 D roll had nothing in it. And the 1964 D had a few pretty decent repunchment marks. 2 of them were brand new discoveries. I don't know where F5 is on your phone. Neither do I, sir. Unfortunately, I am a pooter user. I don't use phones for that kind of stuff. My phones do nothing but ding. And this one, all I get out of it is the time of day, and well, once in a while it comes in handy that I can listen to people dinging me. But otherwise, I use my computer for pretty much everything. Oh no, I'm not doing the potty dance. No, this is my it's a nerve twitch that I have. I don't need to go potty. But thank you. Thank you for noticing. I have it's kind of a tick. It's a nervous tick with my legs, and they almost always move unless I'm asleep. And thank God they don't move when I'm asleep. We still only got 19 likes on this. If there's anyone watching who has not already liked this video, please do so because it really helps me out a lot. You're not going to locate anything for sale on CopperCoins, Todd. That's going to be on lincolncent.com, and I don't have it listed on lincolncent.com because I haven't had time. I just haven't done it. Let me take a look here real quick, see what I can find. I'll let you know. Yeah, I smile. I smile once in a while. Yeah, but that was a really good opening for me to be able to bring in lincolncent.com, even though it was a mistake in saying CopperCoins. CopperCoins is merely a catalog listing system. lincolncent.com is where I do my sales. Let me sort my inventory sheet, and I'll let you know how many spots I got left. Let's see, that's going to be OBW roll reveal number 8. Number 8, I have 37 spots spoken for. So that means there's 13 spots remaining. And at present, my price on those is going to be $4.50 a spot. They're $4.50 for the 1949 D roll. The 1958 D roll is $2 a spot. and I have 14 left. Actually, I'll just be rather candid. I'll just come right out and say it. I have autism. I have a form of autism that gives me tics and it makes me move in strange ways sometimes. And oftentimes it's just my leg bouncing, and I just do it because I just do it. Okay, Todd, I'll get you an invoice on that. Let me write it down, make sure that I can remember. And if it doesn't appear that I remember later on, please remind me, because I do forget things very often. That's the 49D, sir. And you want 4 of them. Got it. And I've had this issue all my life. It's kind of like a nervous little twitch. And it's not really nerves. It's pretty much anytime I'm not paying attention to my legs, they like to shake. And that's only when I'm sitting down in a chair. It has nothing to do with like standing, walking, running, or anything else. And when I'm driving, I'm perfectly fine. Hi, Amber. You showed up just after the end of everything. Oh, that reminds me. The t-shirts, we're getting a little bit closer to the idea of actually being able to manufacture the t-shirts and be able to sell them. We're not going to start selling them until we have a really good idea of exactly how we're going to source them and what we're going to do in getting them made. Yes, I know you're going to tease me about the dog every time you're in here, but that's fine. I can take a tease. But Amber is the person who will be helping make and distribute the shirts. She is the marketing person and the merchandising person for Copper Coins. I do the designs. She does the manufacture and distribution. Her shirts are of excellent quality. I'm very excited to get into this little venture in making these shirts. I like turtles. There we go. We got 21 likes now. A couple of people listened up. I definitely appreciate it. I tell you, folks, I'm going to have to go ahead and drop out of this. My dog is a little excited to go outside at this point in time. So, and I've got more messages coming in on my phone. So I'm going to drop out of here. I encourage you to go look at my channel and look for the very first occurrence of Roll Dig. Copper Coins Roll Dig. There's a different graphic for it. You'll notice it. And it will be interesting to watch. This is going to be a video that I take through the regular eyepiece of my regular microscope, and I search through a roll or rolls, and I talk to you about what I'm looking for, talk to you about what I'm finding as I'm finding it going through the rolls. Should be interesting. If you want to learn a little bit more about what I do and how I do it, I invite you to watch that show. I'll be doing those on occasion. I've also started doing Did You Know on video. The Did You Knows that I've been posting for a couple of years on the Copper Coins Facebook page. Jessica, Penny Parent, gave me the idea of turning those into short videos. So over the last week or so, I've produced 3 of them, and I'm going to keep working on it, keep working on more of those. I've got about 70 of them to do. But I'm going to be producing the Did You Know videos through to their completion. I'm also going to be continuing work on the large and small date videos, grading videos, and other things that are of educational benefit to the entire community. I believe in sharing knowledge and doing what I can to make sure that other people have a fair amount of knowledge when they're doing what they do with regard to collectibles. All right, Sherm, we'll be out in just a minute. I appreciate it, folks. I'm going to have to take off now. You guys have a great afternoon.